The world just took a terrifying turn. For months, tensions between Iran and Israel have been smoldering like dry firewood waiting for a spark. And now, the United States has officially stepped in. Is this the beginning of a full-scale regional war, or something far worse? The opening chapter of World War III. Stay with us, because in the next few minutes, we'll break down exactly why the US entered this conflict, what it means for the Middle East, and how the global balance of power could shift overnight. This isn't just another news story. This is history unfolding. The Iran-Israel conflict has always been a sensitive powder keg. But recent escalations pushed it to the edge. After a suspected Iranian drone strike hit Israeli infrastructure and Israeli retaliation killed high-ranking Revolutionary Guard officers, the region was already on high alert. When American bases in Iraq and Syria came under fire from Iranian-backed militias, the US saw it not just as provocation, but as a direct threat. This was the final straw. Deploying additional aircraft carriers to the Mediterranean, green-lighting air support for Israel, and launching limited strikes on Iranian military positions. The US made it clear they are now fully involved. And that changes everything. America's involvement brings in next-level technology, fighter jets, missile defense systems, cyber warfare tools, and global intelligence networks. But it also pulls in more enemies. Iran has responded by activating its regional proxies, Hezbollah in Lebanon, the Houthis in Yemen, and Shia militias in Iraq. Tel Aviv is under fire from multiple fronts, while American assets across the Middle East are now legitimate targets. The battlefield is expanding, fast. US airstrikes have hit Iranian weapons depots in Syria and Iraq, while Israel has ramped up air raids on Iranian nuclear facilities. There are now fears that Tehran may retaliate with direct ballistic missile strikes, which could provoke a much broader war. As American and Iranian forces clash, other world powers are watching closely. Russia, an ally of Iran, has condemned US actions, accusing Washington of destabilizing the region. China, heavily invested in Iran's economy through oil and trade, has called for immediate de-escalation. Meanwhile, the price of oil is skyrocketing, and stock markets around the world are tanking. Global supply chains are once again under threat, and ordinary people, from London to Jakarta, are feeling the economic shockwaves. The UN has called an emergency meeting, but as diplomatic channels scramble, missiles keep flying. Let's be clear, we're not there yet, but the warning signs are flashing. With American boots on the ground and Iran pushing its allies to open new battlefronts, one wrong move could pull Russia, NATO, and possibly even China into the mix. If the war spills into the Persian Gulf, vital oil shipping lanes could be blocked, a move that would force global powers to respond militarily. History has shown us how easily regional wars can spiral into global ones. World War I started with a single assassination. Are we now watching the modern version of that chain reaction? 3 paths lie ahead. Escalation. The conflict draws in more nations, and the Middle East becomes a war zone, affecting millions of lives. Containment. Back-channel diplomacy forces Iran, Israel, and the US into a tense ceasefire. All-out collapse. A cyber attack, a nuclear miscalculation, or a proxy gone rogue sparks global war. Right now, it's too early to tell, but one thing is clear. The United States joining the Iran-Israel war is not just a military action. It's a geopolitical earthquake. History is unfolding in real time. The decisions made in the next few days could shape the world for decades. If you want to stay ahead of the headlines and understand the truth behind the chaos, like this video, share it with someone who needs to know. And don't forget to subscribe to Unrevealed Facts for more deep dive stories from around the world, because the world deserves to know what's really going on.